I was walking down the street here in downtown Chicago, and I saw a food truck that had a big sign on the side that said free. That's all it said, it was free. And that made me think about a problem that a lot of entrepreneurs have that's causing them to lose sales with their copy. And so I want to talk about that real fast. 3 things that you may be doing, you may not be doing them, but a lot of entrepreneurs do. 3 things you may be doing that kill the sales of your copy. Number 1, we've heard conversation about focusing on benefits instead of features. So a feature is a part or a characteristic of your product or service, and a benefit is what the customer or client gets out of it. So you've heard this conversation in sales and in marketing, but in copy, it actually makes more impact to do something beyond talking about benefits, and that's talking about problems. So problems propel your customers and clients through their lives. They're driven constantly by the problems that they have, the things that they want that they don't have, and the things that they have that they wish they didn't have. Those are their problems. So when you talk to them about their problems, the benefit is good, but the problem grabs their attention. They instantly sit up and say, yeah, I am struggling with that. Because if somebody walks up with you with a sign that says free, they're trying to sell you something. They don't know what you really need, what you got going on in your life. You don't know what they're really offering. And so sometimes when we're talking about features, rather when we're talking about benefits, it sounds salesy, so people automatically don't want to hear it. Or you can't tell if it's for you or not, because you don't really know what I'm going through. You don't know my situation, and you haven't demonstrated that you do. So why should I think that your product is right for me? So if you talk about problems, you identify very quickly who this is right for. If you're struggling with this problem, you're struggling with you don't weigh enough, you're too skinny, you're struggling with you're too broke, you're struggling with your electric bill is more than you want it to be. And rather than say I can save you 20% on electric, it's a benefit, but how do you know that's enough for me to matter? Or how do you know that's what my main concern is? So talk about problems more. And I know what you're saying. I know what some of you may be saying. I don't want to be making people scared. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to make people feel bad about things. Truth of the matter is, there are some things that they're already feeling bad about, and they should feel bad about them. Not from an emotional perspective, but that's how you get change to happen. If something is bad enough, that's when you change it. We don't usually change until things are hurting us. So just speak to them right there, and that will help. And you're not going to leave them in fear. You're not going to leave them in pain. You're going to show them the solution, and that's hiring you, buying from you, or what have you. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you're not taking enough time in your copy. Maybe Twitter has ruined us, or social media has ruined us. We think everything has to happen like that. I can't have an email that's more than 100 words, or I can have a sales page that's that doesn't fit all above the fold, or I can't have a video that's more than 3 minutes. And you may find through testing that there are instances where those limitations make sense, but you do not want to arbitrarily decide that's what's going to work. Chances are, depending on what you're selling, it could be beneficial for you to write longer copy, have longer videos, or in another way of looking at this, have a longer email sequence. Send more emails. If you want to make more sales, you send more emails. So rather than thinking I'm going to send 1 email and get the sale and then give up if it doesn't work, send 3 emails, send 7 emails, send 21 emails. You could do that, and you will find that your sales go up. I don't know about proportionally, but they will go up significantly as long as your copy is staying on target with the things that made the subscriber sign up in the first place, the thing that they want to buy, the problem they want to solve. And so don't cut yourself short. Just like in a sales conversation or any conversation, don't say I can only talk for 2 minutes and I got to shut up, because that's arbitrary, it's wrong, and it's probably hurting you more than you think. Okay? And then the other thing, point number 3 is you start talking about yourself too early in your copy. So this is more closer to, this is in between both, really. When you're talking about problems, you don't want to say, you got a headache? Call Donnie Bryant and he will help you. That's too early. You got to dig in a little bit more. Establish the problem. Establish why it's a severe problem, why it's an imminent problem. It's coming for you now. It's right at the door. It's going to hurt you. Bankruptcy is right around the corner. Heart attack is right around the corner. Or your $1 million breakthrough is right around the corner. Your health breakthrough is right around the corner. The love of your life is right outside the door. But you talk about that for longer. Get them convinced that what you're talking about is true, what you're talking about is for them, what you're talking about is something that they can achieve. And then this is when you want to introduce yourself. So if you get yourself in there too early, you break that mental state of them seeing themselves experiencing what you're trying to sell them. And that's what you want. You want them to see themselves experiencing the breakthrough. So you got to have talk them through their current state, bring them to the breakthrough, then bring them to yourself. And if you do it out of that order, you're probably hurting your sales badly. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your copy, or at least, you can go back and look at your old stuff. Look at the new stuff that you're about to send out. Make sure you're focusing on problems. Again, problems aren't necessarily bad things that they're facing. It could be good things that they want and don't have yet. It's a problem that they don't have it yet. So talk about the problems. I want you to talk longer, or feel free to talk longer. Don't cut yourself off short because somebody said you got to do it in 3 minutes. It's preposterous. And then number 3 is make sure you talk about the problem, talk about the transformation, and help them experience it in their mind before you talk about yourself much. And you will see improved response, higher conversions, more sales, greater readership. People will stick and read longer, and they'll come back and read more if you do those things. And that's just 3 things that I thought about with this food truck. So I'm going to leave that there right now, and hope that you go out there and do that. And I'll have more tips for you soon.